2 years ago, I said that, introduced myself in Paris by saying that I was the man who had accompanied Mrs. Kennedy to Paris. I'm getting that same sensation as I travel around Texas. Nobody wonders what Lyndon and I wear.
Just a few minutes ago, the President of the United States turned from Houston Street onto Elm Street on his way to a scheduled luncheon appearance at the Stemmons Trade Mart. As the President turned, applause broke out from a sparse crowd on both sides of the street, and as he went by the Texas School Book Depository, headed for the Triple Underpass, there were 3 loud, reverberating explosions. Nobody moved. Everyone seemed stunned. A few seemed to look around, wondering who has the firecrackers. And suddenly the Secret Service men sprang into action. The convertible bearing the President and Mrs. Kennedy sped away, and officers, both plainclothes and uniformed, seemed to spring from everywhere at once, guns drawn, ordering people to lie flat. There are 2 witnesses who were near the President's car at the time of the explosions who say that shots were fired from which upper window we do not know. We do not and cannot confirm the reports at this time that the President has been shot.
People asked later, was Jacqueline Kennedy pretty, or how she was dressed? I have no idea of those. I was so fascinated by seeing the President of the United States that I couldn't take my eyes off of him. And when that first shot went off, I thought it was a backfire from a motorcycle. But when his hands went up to the side, then I realized, my God, he has been shot. And I grabbed the boy and threw him on the ground and fell on top of him, a natural infantry instinct that came to me. But there only were 3 shots. It was not a gang shooting. It was a third wasted shot that from the sound of it, and I'm taking into account that I've heard these things go past me before, and I'm taking into account that I stopped a couple of them, that third shot came nowhere near the parade. I felt that was the hurried shot. I would say on the first shot, I was possibly 30 feet maximum from him. Now, the car was approaching, so on the second shot, it was not more than 15 foot away when it happened. And that is on an almost direct line and 1 traffic lane away because he had stayed fairly well in the center lane. It was clearly visible that he had been hit in the head, and that even in my position in life, I could see that the damage was severe to his head. It was as though the area crimsoned. It was not a great flow of it, but you could see the area crimson around it. I did not see blood on the first shot.
President John F. Kennedy died at approximately 1 p.m. of a gunshot wound in the brain.
Less than 2 hours later, Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested and charged with the murder of the president.
Chief Curry, could you detail for us what led you to Oswald?
Not exactly, except in the building,
You can move a little bit.
when we went to the building, he was observed in the building at the time, but the manager told us that he worked there. And the officers passed him up, and because the manager...
And here comes Lee Harvey Oswald. His back is to you. You can't quite see it. His face is still...
The basic fundamental hygienic rights, like a shower and the clothes.
Before he's pushed into a door for questioning.
Is that before the shooting or after the shooting?
After the shooting.
You think the smudged fingerprints that have been found on the rifle which killed the president will be able to establish the identity of the killer?
We hope so, but I couldn't say positive at this time that there will be. I don't know whether it would be enough to convict him or not. If we can put his prints on the rifle, it certainly would connect him with the rifle. If we can establish that this is the rifle.
Against the wall. All right, these people have given me a hearing without legal representation or anything. I didn't shoot anybody, no, sir.
Walker.
I do not know.
Has he made any admissions at all about the shooting of the police officer?
No,
Nothing?
he denies everything.
Why do you think the police officer went to him in the street? What was the reason?
I think he suspected him because of a description that had been put out on the radio.
On the police radio.
Chief Curry, when you first knew of the Dallas policeman dead, what then led you to the theater? What information did you have from there?
I understand that someone called, I think the ticket taker from the theater called.
Chief, do you have...
We did not have...
But you were not informed.
We had not been informed of this man.
Chief, do you have any concern for the safety of your prisoner in view of the high feeling among the people of Dallas over the assassination of the president?
No, but necessary precautions will be taken, of course, but I'm not, I don't think that the people try to take the prisoner away from us.
Now the prisoner